What's going on, y'all? It's DG back with another video, and today going to be giving y'all a quick review on these bad girls, bad boys right here, the Wade 808 4 Ultra. So let's get right into it. The Wade 808 line continues to be one of the most popular wave weight shoes outside of the main signature line. So last year was the Wade of Wade 10, this year is the Wade of Wade 11, but the Wade 808 line continues to just be super popular among hoopers. So let's talk about the new one right here. Starting with the traction, you guys have a pretty traditional line pattern right here. There's also a carbon fiber plate here for extra support. You guys can see it straight through the outsole. Traction performs well, even on dust, but I will say I am personally not a fan of how it is hollowed out in the middle, even at the end right here at the heel and at the forefoot. You guys see that kind of teardrop pattern. It's pretty hollow right there. There's no traction covering that. I am not a fan of that because for me, I want my entire outsole to be covered. I don't want different types of materials on my outsole. I want just straight rubber on the outsole. So for that reason, when we're thinking about the Wade 808 line, I will say that the Wade 808 3 Ultra has better traction than these, because honestly, I do use like all of the outsole. It still performs well. It's not really going to give you issues, but I have noticed like if I land on my heel or something, like the Tatum line, it's not fully covered. There's only like solid rubber in different types of portions of the outsole. Even on the Tatum 1, obviously it's more prominent in the Tatum 2. So there are a lot of basketball shoes like that to expose the tech, to expose, or not expose, but to lessen the weight. With this said, it is not detrimental to the shoe, but if you are a person who needs like full coverage, I will say that I'll knock a little bit of points off for this, but it's still very, very playable. Nothing that I would say is a major concern, but something definitely to call out. My favorite thing by far about this shoe, and what is such a big improvement over the Wade 808 3 Ultra, is the full length drop-in midsole of Boom. I feel like this drop-in midsole in the 808 4 Ultra right here is much thicker, it's much more comfortable, and it's honestly bouncier than the Wade 808 3 Ultra. That was the first thing I noticed when I first tried on this shoe, is that specifically in the heel, it is much more comfortable. Even in the forefoot, I felt way more comfort than the Wade 808 3 Ultra. So by far, the cushion, in my personal opinion, is better in this model than the Wade 808 3 Ultra. And overall, even without playing in the 808 3 Ultra, this cushion setup is very, very good. One thing the 808 3 Ultra had was that they had like plastic on the bottom for extra support, like literally plastic on the bottom of the drop-in midsole right here. And here they, didn't do that. There's no plastic on the bottom, so it does allow for that extra compression in the forefoot. With that said, this shoe does feel a little bit bouncy, not as bouncy as the Wade of Wade 10, obviously. I wouldn't even say as bouncy as the Wade 11, but this shoe has a very good balance of responsiveness and cushion. I would say it's not like 100% court feel. I will say that I prefer this because of that. The Wade 808 3 Ultra has amazing court feel, but with that said, right, with amazing court feel comes a very thin lack of cushion. These have a very nice balance. So if you need a little bit more cushion in your shoes, I definitely recommend this shoe, because this, Boom is a great, technology for cushion, and this drop-in midsole definitely highlights that. So if you're looking for a little bit of balance, a lot of compression in the heel, with a little bit compression in the forefoot, something that will keep you comfortable throughout games and throughout your workouts, this is a great option in my opinion. It is by far the best thing about this shoe. It is just very comfortable from a playing perspective. Boom is very responsive as well, so it's not like you're sitting and sinking into the floor with every compression, with every step, with every run. You will be getting that energy back very fast, because Boom is literally what it sounds like. It's going to boom you back. Like, it's going to give you back your energy, basically. Boom is definitely going to give you back that energy very, very fast. So that's why I absolutely love this cushion, and why so many hoopers, so many people are saying that Boom is just very bouncy, and it's very true. The cushion, by far my favorite thing about this shoe. In terms of the fit, I would definitely recommend going a half size up. But with that said, I like this fit a lot better than the Wade 808 3 Ultra. I feel like the Wade 808 3 Ultra fits slightly long, and honestly, like, that shoe was a little bit tight just around the sides. even though this does have a Velcro strap, I do like this fit better in a half size up. The reason for that transitioning into the next category is the material. So it does have a knitted type of upper, and even in the places where it is not knit, it is pretty flexible. You guys see that it's not a rigid type of material. I do really like the materials in this shoe because it is lightweight and it is comfortable, especially for my wide feet. Again, I went a half size up and these fit really, really well. It's honestly my second favorite thing about this shoe, next to the cushion, and the traction is still very solid. The strap is also not intrusive, guys. I wouldn't even say it was something that I even noticed. It's very lightweight. You guys can see kind of these cables here supposed to keep you locked in, but a lot of shoes with straps I don't like because they're intrusive onto the shoe. Like, because I have a wide foot, it makes it a little bit tighter. Like, not necessarily do I need a strap on a lot of shoes. And I'm not saying this shoe even needs a strap, but aesthetically it looks good and it doesn't, you know, hurt the shoe. I feel like it does keep you a little bit more locked in, but it's not a huge difference. The lockdown is still good as well, even without this strap, but overall, once you tie the laces, you're gonna be locked in, no heel slippage in this shoe. I would just say if you're a wide footer, go half size up. I would say if you're a narrow footer, then go, you know, true to size. But I think this shoe is better in a half size up simply because a lot of wave weight shoes fit tight for me. So I would just recommend going a half size up. Aesthetically, these shoes look very, very good in my opinion. It's actually crazy how like really dope wave weight budget shoes look. I know this isn't a budget shoe per se, but I guess a secondary line. Like the details on this shoe as well is actually very, very nice. And guys, I'm being 100% honest. I think this shoe, I like playing in the shoe more than the Kobe 8 Protro. The reason why I say that is because although the Kobe 8 Protro has better grip and traction for sure, like this shoe is not too far off about traction, right? The traction is still good. I just don't like how it's hollow, or not hollow, but like it's not fully covering the outsole. But again, like I said, it's not detrimental to the shoe. It's not like I feel unsafe in the shoe. It's really like the cushion, the drop-in midsole, right? When we're talking about drop-in midsoles, the React in the Kobe 8 Protro is ultra responsive. And honestly, like that's great. But this is also very responsive as well. You're just getting a lot more compression and a lot more energy return, because once you compress into the cushion, you're actually getting something back. Once you're putting your foot into the React, it's like, I feel like my foot is staying there. Like I'm not really getting a lot back. Like a lot of the energy comes back into my knees and I actually have to like, you know, put my legs into motion and really get a lot of the energy from my body rather than like getting some help from the drop-in midsole, right? The comfort of this shoe is very nice. Like that's my biggest thing about this shoe. This shoe actually feels really comfortable, especially for something that is not the main Wade signature line. The fit fits me better. It honestly fits me better. These honestly fit wider than the Kobe 8 Protro, and I know that the Kobe 8 Protro, I go true to size and these a half size up, but even then, like I have tried to half size up. I do have some size 11s in the Kobe 8 Protro, but those are still narrow. Those are still narrow. The length is good, but they're still narrow. These fit way more perfect than the Kobe 8 Protro to me. Now, aesthetically, obviously the Kobe 8 Protro is the Kobe 8 Protro, right? It's the Kobe 8. Like it's very, very hard to beat that shoe in terms of aesthetics. It just looks amazing. But when we're talking about performance, these are more comfortable. These are just, you know, they fit me a little bit better. The overall cushion setup gives me a little bit more energy. Like when I play in the Kobe 8 Protro, I have to make sure my legs are good. Like I gotta stretch for like 30 minutes. I gotta make sure that I use a massage gun. I gotta make sure that I eat in the morning. With these, I can feel comfortable and somewhat a little bit more confident because I know that the cushion is going to give me a little bit more energy in every step. Like that's very important to me. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, is like the shoe has to help you, especially as you get older. Like you can't really be like putting all your energy anymore, especially as you get older, guys. Like it's very, very hard to do that. That's why I appreciate this shoe. I would say that there are a lot of other good options as well, like the LeBron 20 is $75 on Nike.com with 25% off, which is less than 50% off. That's an amazing option. And honestly, I like the traction better in those too. In comparison to the GT Cut 3s, like these, I feel like these are much more of a flatter shoe. Like the GT Cup 3 is kind of tippy. Like there's a little bit of heel to toe drop. But if you're on budget, might as well get the LeBron 21 on sale, right? You cannot beat a shoe for $75. But this shoe is no slouch. No slouch at all. I honestly promise you, a lot of people are going to enjoy this shoe, just like the Wade 808 3 Ultra. Now, I do think the Wade 808 3 Ultra looks slightly better than these because those look super sleek. These are a little bit, you know, a lot more materials on the shoe, a lot more details, like they're not as sleek. But in terms of comfort, these really surprised me. So if you're looking for like a quick shoe that is very comfortable with a drop-in midsole, these you cannot beat, in my opinion. I feel like these definitely, if you got one hooper playing in the Kobe 8 Protro, one hooper playing in the Wade 808 4 Ultra, I guarantee you they're very comparable and they will give you both very good experiences. And I forgot to mention, the fit in these is better than the Way of Wade 11 by far. Like the Way of Wade 11 made my foot go numb, so that should explain that. And then these going a half size up, they feel perfect on my foot. Toes right at the edge, no heel slippage, and the strap was not intrusive at all. So these are tough, guys. These are tough, but I do like the other colorways better. But these, look at the details on these. Very, very nice as well. Let me know what you guys think of the Wade 808 4 Ultra. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, especially if you made it this far. Follow me on all socials at DG Hoops, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.